If you're a recent computer science student or a recent bootcamp graduate, let me hit you with a reality check. The path ahead is filled with opportunities, but most of them will not come from the degree or the certificates that you have earned, right? It's what you do outside of the classroom that's going to define your success in your new career in tech. So I'm not here to sugarcoat things, right? From a first principles perspective, let's break down what really matters for your career 2024 and beyond, and why most people are going to need to have a shift in their mindset, and how can you set yourself up for success. So here's the truth. Most graduates, they believe that they're enough or ready for the market just because they have completed their coursework. But the truth is, most of what you've learned in university isn't really applicable to what employers need. If you want to stand out, you're going to need to understand from the ground up how you can do it. So let's talk about your degree, right? Just think from a first principle perspective. What's the purpose of education? It's supposed, in my opinion, to prepare you for the real world, for the jobs, for the practical application of skills, right? But in computer science degrees, the gap between what's taught and what's needed in the industry is massive. Why? Because academia focuses mostly on theory, algorithms, data structures, or maybe some Python and Java and stuff like that, right? But employers really care about practical skills. What can you bring to the table? Are you able to solve that problem, right? Are you able to pick up a new framework fast enough? Are you able to solve problems fast enough, right? Are you able to deploy the app? Are you able to debug the issue, right? And the ability to just basically solve problems that happen on the fly. Now, here's my advice. Don't rely solely on what your program taught you. Start building projects, not just any projects, make it hard projects, something that forces you to learn technologies or tools that are not covered in school. Think of your portfolio as a reflection of your creativity and grit. So for example, instead of building yet another to-do app, create something that people can use. Maybe a small SaaS, launch it for free, right? Maybe a personal finance tracker or a custom data visualization tool. One polished and beautiful and impactful project will do more for your career than a dozen of basic ones, that's for sure, guaranteed. Next is to talk about your GPA and certifications, right? So here's the controversial part. Your grades or your bootcamp certificate or your university degree, they all won't matter nearly as much as you think. You don't need to worry about, oh, is it accredited by whatever bodies? Don't need to care about that, because right now, hiring managers, they are struggling to hire people who are able to do the job. They don't care. They're so tired of people with degrees and certifications, but still not able to code or solve problems properly, right? The hiring partners want to see what you can do, not how well you scored in school. If you scored well in school, it just proves one thing: doing exams, right? I was pretty good at doing exams, but that doesn't mean I'm good at applying the concepts. I did a degree in finance, and I'm barely able to balance the books today. So from a first principles, the question here is, what signals competence in the real world? It's not a 4.0 GPA, that's for sure. It's more often than not going to be some form of a tangible evidence, your GitHub portfolio, your GitHub contributions, the projects that you've built, and your real world problem solving abilities, right? I've seen people waste endless hours chasing perfect grades, and when they could have just spent that time building a portfolio, networking, or learning new frameworks instead. The ROI just isn't there. Focus on becoming someone who can solve problems, and trust me, the opportunities will be endless. You will not go hungry, and everything is going to be okay. Don't just blindly focus on doing exams, okay? So even if your degree doesn't fully prepare you, it offers something most people overlook: access, right? From a first principles perspective, think the question is, what advantages does being part of a learning community like in a university or a bootcamp provide? What does that provide, right? You're surrounded by peers, you're surrounded by professionals, you're surrounded by experts, alumni, or maybe hiring partners or companies that the bootcamp provides you. So this is your network. Most jobs are not landed by code applications. Trust me on that, right? They come through referrals. So attend events, join clubs, talk to the recruitment arm of university or your bootcamp. For example, in the bootcamp that I run now, we have around 50 hiring partners from different countries. So you can pick and choose whichever ones you want to it, and you can speak to us, and our careers team will help you out in terms of sorting out what are the requirements by the companies and how can you achieve those requirements. Don't just go through your program and call it a day. Extract as much value as you can out of it, right? And build relationships that are going to outlast your coursework. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, which is AI, right? From a first principles perspective, let's try and understand what is AI. At its core, it's a tool. It's a force multiplier that enhances human capabilities. But here's what most people get wrong. They fear that AI is going to take over their jobs. The truth is that AI will not replace software developers, but developers who don't know how to use AI will be replaced by the developers who know how to use AI. That's simply the truth, right? So start using tools like GitHub Copilot, Cursor, or ChatGPT into your workflow today. And they're not just shortcuts to help you copy and paste stuff, right? They're accelerators to help you speed things up. You need to still understand the code. You can't just copy and paste and not know what's going. You're being paid to understand the code base. So if you don't understand any line in the code base, it should not belong in your code base, okay? So these tools, they help you code faster, they help you debug smarter, and they even help you understand new topics faster, right? I've been using AI to code for the past few months now, and I've learned so much because of the guidance that AI provides me. So in the future, your role as a software developer is going to shift. You will be spending less time writing code and way more time managing, optimizing, and validating AI generated solutions. The earlier you adapt, the more valuable you're going to become, especially now when so many people still don't know how to use these tools yet. This is your chance to stand out, honestly speaking. So if I were you, here's what I would do. So first things first, as usual, I'm going to prioritize projects over grades. Each year, focus on building one extremely standout project that is of significant difficulty, that shows your technical depth and creativity. And next, I would be learning what's in demand. Don't stick to what you were taught in your school or your university, right? Research the tools and the frameworks that employers are using, and look out and teach yourself how to learn these skills. The next will be to use AI extremely aggressively. Spam it. It's not going to hurt if you spam it. You know what I'm saying? So treat AI like your secret weapon. Use it to learn, use it to build, and use it to enhance your output. But remember, the caveat here is you should not be putting any lines of code that you do not understand. You need to understand the code. That's very important. Okay. Next would be to network more, attend meetups, hackathons, events, create more content, brand yourself on LinkedIn. Your next job may just come from someone you met in passing. Okay. And finally, make sure to always stay curious. With AI, things are moving so quick. Every single week, there's a new technology. You need to evolve along with it, or you will be left out. Like I said just now, a developer who knows how to use AI is going to replace a developer who does not know how to use AI. So make learning a lifelong habit. You have no choice now. It's the best way to live life today. So to all computer science and bootcamp graduates out there, remember, the degree or certificates, it's really just the beginning, honestly. The real work and the real opportunities and real experience that you will be gaining will start after your bootcamp, after you land your first job. So start now. And let me know in the comments, what's your biggest challenge right now and how are you planning to tackle it? I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, thank you. I'll see you in the next video.